Hello Flames Nation, welcome to another segment of Klassy's Korner. Today we want to take a unique look from the eyes of our student athletes here at UIC. And for today we have two student athletes. We have Teodora Zagorac from women's basketball and Brie Hines from swimming. So to get the question started today, one of the things I'm really curious about, what was your most memorable moment, in the field of competition or in the pool or in the court here at UIC?
I think for me it was when we played at the University of Wisconsin, and we won, and they're in Big Ten Conference, and it was a huge thing for us to even compete there, and it was the full gym. I remember one of my teammates hit the three-pointer for a win, and we were just all on the court. It was really fun.
Exciting.
I would say hosting conference last year was so fun. The pool was packed, and that was the first time that the women had placed top 3, which was such a huge achievement for us. And then at the end, the team all got together and we stood out on the bulkhead, and the bulkhead started sinking, and we were all just so excited, and it was just such a most fun I've ever had at conference. So.
Yeah, I mean, for those of you fans that don't know, we have Teodora, who's been here 5 years and is a starter for most of her time here, and we have also Brie, who I believe, if I'm right, won 7 out of your 8 competitions in conference throughout your 4-year career. Whether it's Coach Miller or Coach Leffler, what lessons have you taken away from each one of your coaches that maybe not just in competition but for life that has really taught you to prepare you for life after UIC?
I would say the biggest lesson I've learned is learning how to trust myself, which is, I think, coming in from high school and being introduced to a big D1 competitive world. It's really intimidating and scary, and you can have all this confidence from your coaches and from your team, but the greatest thing I've ever learned is that the trust I have in myself and the confidence I have in myself is what really makes me successful and also enjoy the sport a lot. So, yeah.
Great.
I definitely think I became tougher. I obviously had problems. My English was horrible when I came here. It was so bad, and it was really hard to understand all the terminology that coach was using, and I learned a lot of things. But I definitely became tougher, and that's going to follow me through the life. I'm 100% sure. But
Sure.
I think that's one of the main things.
Sure. As a campus in UIC, we have a lot of international students, and we have quite a few international student athletes as well. A question specific for you, how was that adjustment for you and your experience in not just at UIC, but overall in America? If you have advice for other international students currently, what route would they take, and what helped prepare you most to take on the challenges at an American institution?
Yeah, language was the biggest thing for me, even in school, because I'm a chemistry major, so all the terms that I've ever learned are going to be completely different in English. Yeah. So that was really hard for me. But the most helpful thing was my teammates at the time.
Sure.
They were so nice to me. They were welcoming, especially, I don't know, you met Emily?
Yes, shout out to Emily Coble.
Yeah, shout out to Emily Coble. She's the best. I learned, I feel like I'm from Chicago now. Sure. I just know so many things about it, and I don't know, I think the people that you're surrounded with are the crucial thing.
Absolutely. And a little bit different situation for you, Brie, because you're right from this area.
Yeah.
So how was it competing so close to home and having family and friends close to, as well as building new relationships when you got to UIC?
Well, I think that one of the reasons I wanted to come here is because I had all of my state championship meets actually at UIC. So growing up, this is where I competed, and I remember driving to Chicago, and every time I drive there I get this little nervous but butterflies in my stomach every time I'd see the skyline, and I just loved that feeling. And then it just never went away. I still have that feeling all the time just living here, and competing in the pool that I competed in when I was 7 and 8 just like reminds me how much I love it. Just because it was like brings back all those awesome memories of like first learning how to swim and
Sure.
my first competition and yeah.
Well, how about you both of you are graduating in May, so I'd love to learn what's next for T, what's next for Brie.
So I'm a graphic design major, business minor, and I do a lot of art on the side, so I'm kind of exploring all of those things. I would love to get into some sort of marketing or advertising. My dream job would be to work for like the Bears or the Cubs.
Okay.
That would be so cool. But yeah, I'm keeping my options open.
What about like the Packers or the Brewers? They're not on your list at all?
Oh, yikes.
No, okay, all right, trick question. How about you, T? I know you have some exciting news.
Yeah, well, I'm applying for the PhD program in chemistry.
Yeah.
I don't know which chemistry yet, but physical chemistry definitely, it's supposed to be the hardest chemistry class in UIC. And they definitely turned things around for me. I started caring more about school. You know, basketball is not the only thing in my life.
Sure, absolutely.
And it was up until like this year, and I started to like physical chemistry a lot, started to get closer to my professors, and this opportunity happened, and I hope I get in. We'll see, I don't know.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, you say that you feel like you're from Chicago now,
Yeah.
so you're not that big of a rush to get back to Serbia if you want to stay here and get
I don't
your
want to
PhD
go back
here.
to Serbia. I mean, it's really nice to go there for 2 months, but I feel like this is where I'm supposed to live.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, changing the tides of the question a little bit here. Both of you are very elite athletes, very elite student athletes. So I see a lot of young kids at the basketball games. I see a lot of young kids at your swimming meets. So what advice would you give someone that's young that wants to compete at the Division I level in your sport on how they achieve their goals and dreams to get to this level?
Ooh. I would say to never stop loving it and never stop like remembering why you started and where you come from, because I think it can be really, really hard to like go through the whole athletic process, and you can get frustrated and you have plateaus and you can have doubts. But if you remember why you love it, then it's so easy to just keep going.
That's great.
Yeah. I mean, for my sport, it's pretty much the same, except I would add maybe there's going to be a lot of sacrifices that you have to make. That I remember that when I was younger, everything was basketball. I didn't even think about anything else. It was just basketball for me. There would be birthdays, there would be like trips to go like to somewhere in Europe, and I always wanted to go with all of my friends and classmates, but I was always like, listen, I have this tournament to go to, I have this game, I have practice, I'm not going to go to this birthday. So it was always more important for me. And it's not just the sport, it's the school. You got to be a good student if you want to succeed here, because you can't just play because you're good at playing basketball. You got to be a student too.
Sure.
It's hard, especially UIC. It's a good school.
It's a very great school.
Yeah.
Absolutely. How about this? So you've been here 5 years.
Yeah.
You've been here 4 years. I've been here 6 months. So tell me something on campus or in this area that I haven't done yet that I should experience, whether that's something that you all do on campus or restaurant in the area or something fun.
Chilongo is so good.
I was going to say that.
It's so good.
And a sponsor of UIC Athletics too.
Yeah.
You guys must be eating there a lot
Chilongo.
since they want to sponsor.
Yes.
Okay, so Chilongo. Okay.
It's amazing.
Well, as long as we're talking food, let's stay on the topic.
Yeah.
You feel like you're from Chicago. You are from Chicago. Favorite pizza in Chicago?
Giordano's. I don't even know why I'm thinking I actually have said that. Like
Giordano's?
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, one last question. If you could be athletic director for the day, what would you do, or what kind of changes would you like to see made here at UIC?
If I was the athletic director for the day, I would host a giant pool party.
Okay.
With all of the athletes.
Oh, that's fun.
I like
put my swing twist on it.
Yeah.
You can have one of those obstacle courses, or like the ones where you hit each other and they fall into the pool.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that.
And make the coaches do all the cooking and the barbecuing for the student athletes? We have to get that on the agenda. I'll just let everyone know it's your idea.
I think it's very hard to top that.
Okay, well good. I like that. Well, good. Well, T and Brie, the T and Brie show, I'd like to thank you for participating in this segment of Klassy's Corner. Really appreciate your time, and good luck to all of you and both of you in your future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Fire up, Flames.
Today's skills challenge at Klassy's Corner is going to play not a game of horse, but a game of UIC. And on this court, just a short half hour ago, Boston Celtics were practicing here. So hopefully Kyrie Irving and crew didn't take all the shots out of here.
Yeah.
But we have a much shorter version of Ty Odiasi here in New Jersey. And T and myself. T better win or we might have to revoke her scholarship.
Yeah.
But we're going to start the game right now. I think we'll let Brie go first.
Oh, good.
Saving it for the competition. Did much better than this than the soccer kicking contest. So I redeemed myself a little bit, but I'm going to win one of these challenges in Klassy's Corner. Thanks for tuning in, Flames fans, and fire up Flames. One, two, three. Way to redeem yourself. If you can lift that arm to high five. I don't think I got this, but we'll see. No, I'm done. I'm out. That's it.